Because the Prophet pointed to the east 20 times. And he said, Dajjal will come from the east. Imran, don't you know Britain is in the west? Huh? Now we have Imran Hussein to hang him. He didn't study geography. How could he say that the island is Britain? The answer is that east and west belong, this is terminology which belongs to this world of space and time. Is there east and west in the Samawat? Huh? The sun rises from the east. Still in Durban, the sun rises from the east? Huh? That's how we get direction. East and west is located the sunrise. The sun rises from the east and the sun sets in the west. So from the basis of the movement of the sun that we can see, we know east and west. But is there any movement of sun and the earth in the Samawat? What nonsense. This is the material universe. You have to leave the material universe behind you to travel to the Samawat. Is it possible to travel to the Samawat? What do you think? What do you say? Huh? Yes, it is possible to travel to the Samawat. This is what the Sufis should be doing. This is tasawwuf. Yes. I wish I could find the man who invented the name tasawwuf. I'd wring his head for him. Why? Because life would have been so much easier if you had stayed with the terminology which came from Allah. Nobody could pick up any sword against you if you stayed with that terminology. What is it? Al-ihsan. أن تعبد الله كأنك تراه بعين القلب. That you should worship Allah and serve Allah as though you were seeing Him with your internal eye. This is epistemology. And you cannot see with the internal eye without nur. And they don't sell nur in the stock market. No. يَهْدِ اللَّهُ لِنُورِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah gives nur to whomsoever Allah chooses. And what is the function of nur? Is it so that you could read other people's minds? What's the function of nur? That you could be here in Durban and people see you making tawaf around the Kaaba? MashaAllah, MashaAllah. What is the function of nur? The ayah tells us, Wallahu bi kulli shay'in. Yes. Alim. So the function of nur, the basic function of the spiritual quest is knowledge. Not external knowledge, internal knowledge. But the Sufis are still using the paper money like everybody else. One of them might even be a money changer. The Sufis are still going to the bank and borrowing money and interest to do their business. And they have something called overdraft. That's what they have, to do your business. So where is Sufism today? And this is only one subject, money. There are so many others. If we travel to the Samawat, we will know that there is no east and no west in the Samawat. East and west is located only in this world of space and time. Where is the evidence in the Quran that we can travel to the Samawat? Surah Al-Mulk. Yes, Surah Al-Mulk. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير الذي خلق السماوات الذي خلق الحياة والموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا alongside each other 7 parallel universes alongside each other. So you don't have to call a taxi. No, to leave this sama to travel to another sama. You don't need a motor car. You don't need a donkey. You can just step out of one and step into the other while you are standing in salat. That's why he said, sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, as-salatu mi'rajul mu'min. I don't know whether you notice it, but every time Imran gets up to perform salat, he takes out this wallet, puts it on the ground. I can't have salat with haram in my pocket if I want my salat to be accepted. One day I pray, Allah will help me to live in that remote location where we'll only use dinar and dirham. I won't have to use this. We're working on it now. الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت. You will not find in Allah's creation, in all the samawat, you will not find any defect. You will not find, you cannot see, ma tara, you will not see any defect. Farji'il basara hal tara min futur. Return, says Allah. Return with your basar. Go ahead, travel. Have you found any defect? Did you hear it? ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. You can travel through the samawat, but I'm saying to you, your basar will return to you tired. So we travel not with a taxi, we travel with basar. And when Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam went up on the Mi'raj, and Allah showed him the Sidratul Muntaha, guess what happened? Musa alayhi salam over there on the rock, Arini anzur ilayk, show me yourself, I want to see you. Lan tarani, walakin unzur go look at the rock. And then Musa alayhi salam fell down unconscious. But Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, ma zagal basar wa ma taga. His basar did not waver, nor did it become tired. So it is with basar that you would travel. It is with internal, intuitive, spiritual insight that you would travel. So you cannot penetrate the subject of Dajjal without basar. The rational faculty is not enough. The kitab is not enough. The degree from the university is not enough. If you want to penetrate the subject of Dajjal, you need something more. You need internal, intuitive, spiritual insight. With this, you'll be able to recognize the island is Britain. When Dajjal is in this world of space and time, he'll come from the east. You're riding on the donkey. The donkey will travel as fast as the clouds. The donkey will have his hair stretched out wide. Those who are on this side of the fence will have to wait for the flying donkey. So we say, find a comfortable sofa, because you've got a long wait ahead of you. We say this is not muhkama, this is mutashabihat. It has to be given ta'wil, and the flying donkey is already here. It is the modern aircraft. Dajjal controls the sky. Okay? The modern aircraft. So when Dajjal is in our world of space and time, it is at that time he'll come from the east. East of Medina. And he'll come with the aircraft. So it's going to be the Air Force attacking Medina. And he's going to land on a marshy land outside of Medina. Medina is going to shake 3 times, and every kafir and every munafiq will be expelled from Medina. The angels will then block Dajjal from entering Medina. And he'll have to divert to Bangkok. Diverted to where? They're guessing in this masjid. They're guessing in this masjid. You're not doing your homework in this masjid. This is Akhirul Zaman. You should study the subject. Damascus. That's why they're doing what they're doing in Damascus. And this armed insurrection in Syria is not going to end. We are the ones who have the knowledge. We have it. They don't have it. We know that it is not going to end. This armed insurrection in Syria will not end until Dajjal arrives in Damascus. And he'll be outside the masjid. And Imam al-Mahdi will be inside the masjid. And they will be ready to perform salat. When Nabi Isa alayhi salam will come down with his hands resting on the wings of 2 angels. Look at the detailed information that we have. And guess what we do with it? We eat biryani and go home and sleep. That's our scholarship today, yes. Or, you know, the boxing match. So when he comes down in the masjid, Imam al-Mahdi will recognize him. Yeah, this is the son of Mary. And he would invite him to lead the salat. And Nabi Isa alayhi salam would say, no, the Jamaat has appointed you as the Imam. You lead the salat. And Nabi Isa alayhi salam will perform the salat in accordance with the new Sharia. The old one is mansukh, replaced by the new one. Naskh is not in the Quran. Naskh is previous revelations. When the salat is over, Nabi Isa alayhi salam will then say, open the gates, meaning the masjid is barricaded because you have anarchy outside. You have insurrection outside. You have killing and slaughter outside. So you have to barricade the masjid. Okay? That is the proof. Open the gates. That the insurrection, the armed insurrection in Syria will continue until the time when Nabi Isa alayhi salam returns. It is at that time that he'll come out and Dajjal will see him. And when Dajjal see him, he's going to be so scared. The Prophet said he'll melt the way salt melts in water. In Durban, salt melts in water? Huh? And then Dajjal will take off, fleeing. And Nabi Isa alayhi salam will pursue him and would kill him in a place called Lud, which is in Palestine, in Al-Ard al-Muqaddasa. So from Damascus to Palestine. It's a long journey. You're going by what? Horse or camel? Huh? How to travel? Oh, is it a Toyota Camry? The same way the jinn can travel at great speed. Dajjal can do the same thing. He enters every single town and city, except Makkah and Medina. But he will enter Makkah and Medina. Oh yes, he will. It is only when he is in our world of space and time, then he cannot enter Makkah and Medina. But now he's there. He's there. Where's the proof? Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam saw him in a vision in Makkah. Saw him making tawaf around the Kaaba. You know that. Sure you know that. Yes. So he controls the Hajj now, Dajjal. It is when he is killed that the world will now be free of Dajjal. But before that, he has to pass through stage 1, which will commence from the island. And from that island, he commences his mission to rule the world from Jerusalem. You are intelligent people. Oh yes, you are successful businessmen here in Durban. You can't be fools. You have to have knowledge. You have to have intelligence. So it's easy for you to make an assessment. Is there any special relationship between Britain and the Holy Land? Between Britain and the Jews? Between Britain and the Zionist movement? Between Britain and the State of Israel? Huh? Is there a special relationship? Is there something called a Balfour Declaration? Was it Singapore? Or was it Mauritius that gave the Balfour Declaration? Huh? Where did paper money begin? Who started this monetary system? It is that island. He said that women would be dressed and yet naked. He said that women would dress like men. The feminist revolution, where did it start? The feminist revolution started from Britain. He said he'd ride on a donkey. The donkey symbolizes the scientific and technological revolution. Nobody ever flew with a donkey before, only now. Where did the scientific and technological revolution start? Ever heard about something called Boyle's law? Oh, we do have some students here of science, mashallah. About steam, volume and density are inversely proportionate. And then you got the steam engine. And then you got the locomotive. And now the ships no longer need under sailing, no. So in the Crimean War, for the first time in the Crimean War, we see ships now moving without sails, without oars and so on. It is from Britain that the scientific and technological revolution started. So if you want to study the subject of Dajjal, yeah, we finish now. If you want to study the subject of Dajjal, you got a lot of homework to do. We started with Pax Britannica, a day like a year. We then came to Pax Americana. We said this is a day like a month. It is now ending, and we can anticipate tomorrow that Pax Judaica will come, with Israel ruling the world, for a day which will be like a week. And at that time, in order for Israel to rule the world,